Alright, here's going to be a quick review, or more in-depth review. Now, if I'm being real, yes, the car is cool, it's fun, it's a toy. That's all it's meant to be, is a fun toy. And it is that, it definitely is that. Um, is it perfect? No. Are there things that are wrong with it? Yes. Not every product is perfect, but they want to make the product better, so they want to hear what us users have to say about the product. And I think that's fair, and I also think that that's good for the consumers, the buyers, the customers that are interested in a product like this, so that they know firsthand. I'm sure, and I was told by Diatone or people at Diatone that any of the things that are negatively wrong with this model are going to be addressed and fixed. So don't think that all of the ones you're going to get are going to have these same problems. But I'm going to show you the problems that this one does have. One of the main problems that I found with this car was the connectivity between the contacts inside the controller and the 18650 battery that comes included with the car. I had to put a little piece of foil in between it so that it would make contact. Otherwise, it wouldn't make contact. That's the main thing. The second most important thing that I would say is a negative for the car is that it's too top heavy whenever it gets too much traction. On slick surfaces, you don't really have to worry about that very much unless you hit a bump going, against the side of it, and you kind of. Other than that, like on the concrete and things, it turns very sharp and it is able to flip since it is top heavy, and the wheelbase is shorter than the original Q33, so I think that it suffers a little bit on its maneuverability towards being able to sit upright. I think the reason why they did that, though, was to make it more maneuverable through turns. Like, as far as, not more maneuverable through turns, because it's actually less maneuverable through turns, but more, a tighter turn radius, because it has a lot tighter turn radius than the previous model, from what I've seen in the videos I've watched. I don't actually have a Q33, so the only way I have to base it and compare it with that is just from videos that I've watched and reviewed. Um, those are the two main things. The wheelbase is very, very short, and the connectivity between the battery and the contact points in the controller, that is both things that should be addressed, I think. I know that they will address the controller one. The wheelbase situation, they would have to entirely change the model, and I don't think they're going to do that. So it's not intended to be driven really, really fast anyways. It is pretty quick, and it has a great turn radius, and I think they made that turn radius so sharp and the wheelbase shorter so that the turn radius was sharper, so that you could have essentially a playground in a lot more places as far as being limited on space. It's perfect for like a tabletop, or like a very small room. Like it has a great turn radius for small areas, so it's a really cool thing. What do I say about that? Like, honestly, I think those are the only two downsides or cons of the car. Everything else is positive. I love that you can charge the car from the controller. It makes it way more portable. I love that you have a built-in DVR in the goggles, so you can record your drives and things like that. I think that's awesome. Um, I love that you can remotely turn on and off the camera in VTX from the remote. That's a pretty cool feature. I thought was really nice to be included. And I like how it has it vibrates every time you hit a button. That's pretty cool, kind of like a haptic feedback, except it's not really feedback for anything. Let's see what else. I like that you can change the underglow lights. I also like that you can change the dimness or the brightness of the lights. I thought that was really cool. And the turn signals are awesome. The brake lights are awesome, and it has reverse lights as well as brake lights. I will say on one side of the car, the turn signals and lights, well, not the lights, but the turn signals aren't as bright. That would tell me that they're using one LED that covers both sides of the car, so that whichever side the LED is closest to is going to be brighter. That's what my speculation for that is. But this is a great car. There's not that much like wrong with it, really. There isn't, and that's not just because and yes, I have to say I got this car free. I'm not being paid for this, but I did get this car free. This whole kit. But I got to be honest about it. So that's what I'm gonna do. But I would recommend this product. I think it's a lot of fun. I am showing it to friends and they get excited about it, and I let them try it out and everything, and they seem to really like it and want to get one. So I think it's a great fun little toy, and especially if you wanted to get, say, your son or your nieces or nephews into FPV, but you weren't really sure about drones, this is perfect for that. And not just kids, but even adults could have fun with this, because I have a blast with it. It's one of those toys that's like, once you start playing with it, it's hard to put it down, because it is a lot of fun. And you start to think about all the little places you can go that you can't normally go as a human. It's really cool. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Um, if we'll totally do another video where I go over some of the functions and everything like that. I think we want to do that just to show you guys, give YouTube and the listeners and the watchers and viewers and everything an idea of how everything works and what all the buttons do and things like that. So stay tuned for that very soon. I wanted to get this one out really quick and just kind of go over some stuff quickly that I didn't like about the car, because people are gonna ask, okay, you're saying how great it is, and yeah, it's a really fun car, but what's wrong with it? What are all the bad things? Well, here they are, and hopefully they're going to be addressed. This is an early product. This isn't out yet. Diatone is advertising that it is coming soon, and the person that I got mine from, who works with Diatone, he is, I think, going to be able to get these on his Amazon store a little bit sooner, maybe a day or two sooner. I'm not sure. But this is a SNT product. It's not a Diatone product, even though it says Diatone. It is a side company of Diatones, but it's not necessarily Diatone product. It's SNT and Just Air. This is called the Sniclo Q25. You can search them right now. I think